Hello, sir. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning. Hello, everyone. Saturday morning, let us give everybody just a couple of more minutes to join. People are still joining. I promise you we will start at 10:35.
Mr. Rajkumar Rao is starting a course for SAT.
From now? Okay, good morning. This is Rajkamal Rao. I just locked the meeting. So Unfortunately, anybody who's not here today, I will send them a recording. This call is being recorded. So you've all seen the invitation. Thank you for joining. So let's get started. Please be on mute, and you can always there'll be a question and answer session where you can ask any questions. So very briefly, we have been doing this for a while. As you know, we've been counseling parents a while about how to take the SAT. Where we were not completely whole was that we would tell people how we believe students should prepare for the SAT, but we didn't have an offering ourselves. So, after a lot of soul searching, late last year, we came up with what we believe is the right product for our clients. We know our clients very well, and in a nutshell, what it is, and many of you have heard me say this on our counseling calls, that it is incorrect to assume that your children don't know enough English or don't know enough math. So if you're a 10th grader trying to take your SAT in August of this year, then just merely by the fact that you're taking AP World History, AP Human Geography in last year, English Honors 2 this year, maybe pre-calc in math, maybe algebra 2. You already have all of the basic scholastic competencies to take the SAT or the ACT or the PSAT 11. These tests, they challenge you in about 50, 55 areas, both English and math. And we firmly believe that because students spend 36 weeks in school, they will have earned or learned the basic competencies in probably 80% of all these subject matter areas. So the point here is, why do we have to send our children to, I don't know, a test prep academy? Why do we have to hire a tutor to teach things that they already know? Instead, what we believe children need is a diagnostic assessment where we can quickly nail down those areas where children are short. I said 80%, so let's say about 20% of subject areas where they're short. And you learn with a tutor in what we call burst sessions. The burst sessions can be as short as only 5 hours. 5 hours for English, maybe 5 hours for math. And in most instances, if you're sitting with a very qualified tutor, and we'll come to tutors in a second, you can make substantial progress, 80 points, 100 points, even 150 points, because you're narrowing down on those areas which require focus. Families, you have heard me say this often, that when your children take the test, the SAT, one of the 7 College Board official mock tests, you know how much we talk about diagnostics, which is when they go wrong in a question area, we all make mistakes. We all say 2 plus 3 is 6. But if you take out those instances, if you're having issues with, let's say, the quadratic formula, many children, what they do is they get a wrong answer in the evaluation of taking that practice test. And then what they end up doing is the next time when they take it, they'll just take the test again without having done anything about why they got that problem wrong. Those of us who know a little bit about control systems engineering from our college days, we know that when there is an error, you need to close the error by going to the root cause. And there are so many free sources today. The Khan Academy is a great source. The College Board's SAT guide is a great source. The ACT guide is a great source. But the thing is, children don't do that. So we need somebody to motivate them to find out why they're failing in applying the quadratic formula. And how you apply it, practice some problems with it, then you've closed the gap forever, so that the next time you get a quadratic formula problem on the SAT, you will get it right. So this is what we set out to do. So our test prep is going to be very focused bursts, 5 hours English, 5 hours math. You cannot mix them up because we match you to a tutor. Have 10 hours math, 10 hours English. And then our tutors are really very good. Many of them have been our clients before. So they've been recent, recent SAT learners. You don't really want me to teach your children SAT because I don't have the same speed that that a young person today who's in college has. So you need somebody to be as quick as they are. These people are all highly accomplished. I think I shared that in the web post. I'm very proud of the tutors, at least whatever they have accomplished so far. We have two people who are at Stanford today. One is a senior, one is a sophomore. Sorry, one is a freshman. We have a University of Pennsylvania mechanical engineering tutor. We have several from UT Austin. One person graduated from McCombs in 2024, and one person is a senior at Duke, Purdue. So we have a tutor at Villanova who just was in CERN, Switzerland, doing particle physics, doing a particle physics accelerator experiment in Switzerland. And so we have hired some really top-notch tutors who are very strong in math and English, who have demonstrated their excellence by getting into the very top schools. And I'm sure you want your children to be taught by them rather than somebody who's not as eminently qualified. So we have lined up a fine roster of tutors. And the two other things I want to talk about before I open it up to questions. One is we've been in the business for a while. You've known us for a while. The thing is that you know that we are very, very strong on our communication protocols. Whenever you send us a message, we nearly almost instantly get back to you. We don't follow Saturdays. We don't follow Sundays. We are literally working 7 days a week. Oftentimes, I have clients asking me a question at 11 o'clock on a Sunday night, and they get a response at 11:02. So that is where we are different. We are very different when it comes to communication. So I'm hoping that we will be able to continue that excellence even with our tutoring program. Now, remember, I'm not going to be tutoring. So for the first time, we are outsourcing our brand to our tutors, and our tutors will be in touch with you, meaning your children. So obviously, I won't be there to exercise that discipline when it comes to protocols, but please let me know if you believe uh, you're not being informed about your students' progress. We have already built lots of tools in the back end so that at the end of every session, a tutor fills out what we call a session log, where the tutor will give you feedback on how the student behaved in class, meaning, was the student paying attention? Was the student looking at his iPhone or her iPhone? So we will give you instant feedback at the end of each session, and we will also give you what's called our performance assessment. So at the end of the 5 hour burst or the 10 hour burst, we'll be able to tell you was there any progress made, and should that person actually come back and come back for a new session. And we will be honest and professional about our assessments. So we are going to do our part, but if anybody on our team is not measuring up to your expectations of what our brand has stood for, please let us know, and we will definitely educate our tutors to meet those expectations that you have of us. That's one point I wanted to mention. The second one is, and this is very unique. If possible, and all of your families, I've spoken with you many, many times. we have always said that the best way to learn and practice for the SAT is not alone. Is not alone. There are too many distractions when a student is locked up in his or her room taking a practice test. That's not going to work. And a lot of families have complained to me that they're unable to control their children because of this distraction. So that is the one negative part. But the positive part, go back to your own college days when you were in India, wherever you're from, when you would sit with a trusted partner, trusted learner, trusted friend, where you were good in certain things, your friend was good in a few things, and because you sat together, and we used to call it back in Bangalore, we used to call it combined study. I'm sure each one of you have your own names for that. But we are trying to inculcate and bring that system here. America is not a very collaborative place for children for high school education. College students always collaborate. Study groups are common in college, but in high school, somehow, maybe because of the extracurricular activities that we have, maybe because of the busy schedules, children don't really get together and study the way they ought to. They learn a lot more in a challenging peer environment, and that I believe is a big part of this program. So we are not obligating you, we are not mandating that you must have a peer learner with your child, but if, and we are only limiting it to two students, just one pair, just one friend, just one person. If two children come to our sessions, we believe that it will be much more efficient, because when our tutor assigns a homework before the next session, if the first student doesn't do her job, then your student, because he did his job, what's going to happen is that the other girl will feel bad, and from the next session onwards, she will have that peer pressure to perform. And so, and once they become friends in our sessions, hopefully they'll sit together in the school library or at home, where they can work on these homework sessions. So the idea really is to try to foster this collaborative learning environment, and that's where we are different. So at this point, I'm going to stop, and then I'm going to open it up to questions. So please raise your hand and or just speak. Go ahead, Sushma.
Sir, thank you so much for the initiative and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. I'm sorry I did not say Happy New Year to everybody. How rude of me. Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. Um, Two thoughts. We don't have to resolve it. First is, why restrict this only to SAT prep? Can it be extended beyond? And the second question is, if I don't have a partner for my child, is there a forum through which we could partner potentially? If there are kids that go to the same school but are not necessarily open to collaborating, but if your forum is able to provide that platform.
Superb question, Sushma. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, I would love, in fact, when we started this way back when I was talking about this with my wife, Bhagyashree, who's on the line, with Jatin, who's on the line, we wanted to go all out. The number of requests we get in the RA1 group and in the RA2 group about does anybody know a physics tutor? Does anybody have a chemistry tutor? Does anybody have an algebra? I mean, I'm really sorry, but I'm sick and tired of seeing these requests. Sick and tired, not because because I'm so helpless, I can do nothing about it. So, Sushma, you're absolutely right. Give us a chance to prove ourselves to you all, with our SAT practice, and I will, out of this test prep offering, and I promise you, we will open up more subjects. I promise you that. But just give us a couple of months so that we can learn. And with your advice, with your counsel, we will definitely make it a better program. By the way, these
Thank you,
people
sir.
are, yeah, these tutors, they want to teach physics. This tutor who is a mechanical engineering Penn graduate, I'm sure he wants to teach physics rather than than SAT English. Do you know what I'm saying? So we can definitely find good tutors in the problem area. We have, by the way, if ever we open it up to biology and the healthcare, we can actually get pre-med students to teach this. And perhaps even students who are already in medical college, because these are all our clients. We trust our clients, we know them. So we're going to bring them over. We're going to pay them well, and they'll be glad to help you, right? So yes, I really want to build this ecosystem of whoever is a learner today could be a tutor tomorrow. So Sushma, your son could potentially be a tutor.
Good afternoon.
2 years from now. Okay, 1 second. 1 second. Sai, 1 second. The second question you had
I'm
was about
founder of
Sai,
Boarding
1 second,
Scratch and
please.
Branch PC. Yes, please. Thank you.
Sushma, your second question was, is it necessary to have a peer learning? It is not necessary. Of course, you can go single, but I believe peer learning is of better value to you also. We have priced it so that we can incentivize you to get a peer learner.
Sir,
And
absolutely. I understand that. I was wondering if we could use this forum to find a peer learner, because a lot of people don't open up about what they want to do.
I was
It's
going to get to that. So what I was saying is, you're part of our RA2 group, right? Or is it RA1?
I'm in one.
You're in one. There are 500 parents there. So if you're looking for a peer learner who is not in your school or who is in your school, just ask. Direct DM me. I'm interested. I'm signing up my child for this Raw Advisors test prep.
Okay.
Please let me know, and I'm sure you'll find somebody. By the way, you'll find somebody within the Raw Advisors family. We have 500 parents in the first group, 170 parents in the second group. I'm sure out of 670 parents, law of averages, you're going to find another peer learner.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. So Sai, I think Sai, you were talking. Let me see. Go ahead and unmute, sir. Sorry. Sai, did you have a question? I'm sorry. Okay. Anybody else has a question? Okay. Deepika Lakshmi, go ahead, please.
Thank you, sir. So my question is an extension to what Sushma was asking about the peer, identifying a peer study partner. So and also the tutor matching program that you have. So how do we determine what the criteria is for matching the right tutor, as well as for finding a good peer partner who has the same kind of aspiration in terms of, or the same level? Any guidance around that?
Yeah. So, lots of guidance here. And if you're in our counseling sessions, I talk about this. You have to find a peer learner who is as aspirationally ambitious as your own child. You don't want, say, within plus or minus 10%. You don't want somebody that's totally way off to the right or way off to the left. Somebody who wants to sit down and improve. And I'm sure you can find somebody. There are two ways you can go about this. The best way, I believe, is to partner with somebody in your local school. In our case, many of our families live in very large communities where there are similar families, Frisco, Plano, Katy. So we can find somebody. That's one approach, because you know them, maybe you know their parent, they can drop their child off, you can drop your child off. So I think it makes it logistically, I think it makes it easier. That's one approach. The second approach is, and I do understand, for extraordinarily competitive school districts, parents may not want their children to learn with another child because of competition. And so when that happens, I would say reach out to the group, and if I don't know which school district you are. If you're in Frisco, team up with somebody from Leander ISD. So there is absolutely no competition conflict. which is just noise, right? We only want signal, and that is noise in the learning process. Vijaya, go ahead, please. Before you say anything, Deepika Lakshmi, did I answer your question?
Yes, it did. And I have another question, if I may.
Go ahead. Follow up. Go
And
ahead.
before we sign up for either the 5-hour package or the 10-hour package, depending on when my student is planning on taking the exam, do I work backwards from there, or should I start with a 5-hour, see how the preparation goes, and depending on where they stand in regard to taking the exam, should I then do in increments? Any guidance to
Absolutely. Absolutely. We are not, as I said, we are not pressing for you to sign up right now. If you're taking the SAT in June, sign up for it. I don't know if it's 5 sessions, 10 sessions, sign up for it leading to the test. One of the big issues that we have, and you've heard me speak about this all the time, parents are so eager that their children shouldn't fall behind. And they end up signing their children for SAT prep in the ninth grade. Now, that is suboptimal because, as we all know, there is an optimal time when you prepare for an event, and that optimal time cannot be a year away. You cannot start preparing for the SAT a year from the test date. That's not really efficient. Even champion athletes, even like tennis players, before they go to a Grand Slam, what they do is they practice in serious bursts about 2 to 3 weeks before the tournament. This is no different. The SAT is nothing but a Grand Slam tournament, right? So, in answer to your question, if your child is taking it in August, don't sign up now. Please don't. Come back to us in mid-June, and then you will really get the benefit of the focused bursts.
Thank you. That answers my questions. Appreciate it.
Sure. And Vijaya, your turn.
Good morning, Mr. Rao. My question is, I understand these are exceptionally good tutors, but with my older one, I haven't had much success in improving just 20 points. She was very close to getting into national merit. And the topic she struggled with is inferences. No matter what I did, it didn't really go up, and she was painfully close. So in situations like that, I'm not saying my second one is also like that, but how are you going to rotate the tutors, or how are you going to help in those situations?
We cannot rotate tutors.
Okay.
The whole idea here is the child is going to learn not because of lack of knowledge of the tutor or whatever. The child has to have a trusted mentor. Trust is important. Trust is lost if I rotate tutors. That's the reason we said in our FAQ that these are college students. They might have an exam. They might think that they're available on the 28th, but their professor gave them an exam early. So if the tutor, for whatever reason, is not ready to show up, then we are not going to have a substitute teacher. That substitute teacher works. Frankly, that substitute teachers don't work in school, right? We have heard lots of stories where the chemistry teacher didn't show up that day, and the sub comes in, and all the sub does is she plays videos for the class to watch. You don't want that kind of tutoring. You want your originally assigned tutor to help you. The tutor is not only a tutor, the tutor is your child's friend. That's the reason we want to hire tutors who are about the same age, 2, 3, 4 years higher. And we also want indirectly, this is an indirect thing, we also want your student to be inspired by these tutors, because these guys are good. They've done their bit in their high school careers, and they've gotten admission to one of the best schools, some of the best schools in the country. That in and of itself, I think, we believe, will have a collateral benefit in elevating your students' desire to learn. So for all these reasons, I do not believe, Vijaya, with respect, that shuffling tutors is not the solution.
That makes sense. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Sir, if I may, I have a slightly unrelated question, but you might be a great advisor in that topic, and please stop me if I'm not in the right path. 2026 happens to be the year of AI significantly. So there are schools of thought which indicate that colleges might even become redundant in the near future. So with that said, what is your vision or understanding of how things are progressing and how we should plan and work towards making ourselves AI proof? Because I'm already seeing that 20% of the workforce is going to get reduced and a lot of jobs are going to be removed in India because AI is able to kind of make up for that kind of effort. So if it makes sense and if it is in your area of interest and there are people seeking out for that kind of information, it'll be really helpful for you to talk through it. Thank you.
Right. Yeah, this is unrelated to the test prep, but let me give you a few words. I can personally attest to the power of AI. I used to be a techie a long time ago, but I mean I'm a COBOL kind of guy, so I don't understand any of these modern languages. Yet, if you were to come here and become a fly on the wall and look at the systems that I've built over the last 6 weeks using AI, you will be impressed. Not because I don't understand any of it, but that's what Copilot did. Copilot yesterday gave me a 750 line Google script, to pull data and build a dashboard. Of course, it took me 4 days to work with it, but it did it. So you're absolutely right. The threat of AI is real. We also, from a college admissions perspective, we saw it this year. Bhagyashree will confirm that the number of essay reviews that we used to get went up not because the same clients were sending us more essays. Our essay volume went up substantially because we had more clients coming in. But nearly everybody, every client, every essay that we reviewed, nearly, I would say, more than 50% of the essay reviews that we did, we flagged the students for excessive AI use. So today, students have gotten used to AI tools. They can dictate whatever they have in mind, and they can have Claude write that essay in 15 minutes flat. Our second pass essay reviews, we saw a dramatic drop in seconds. Many people just began to buy just the first passes, which is where humans like our essay review team and me, we comment on the structure of the essay. The second pass has always been for grammar and comprehension and all that. Many clients, they stopped coming to us for second pass reviews. They said, why should we give this to Mr. Rao's firm when I can go to Chat GPT and get a well-written second pass? So to your point, AI is a threat. I don't want to go so far as to say that college will go away. But that brings us back to test prep. Test prep is an area where AI it is completely exempt from the threat of AI. When your children, when they're doing SAT test prep at home, they might use all kinds of AI tools, but ultimately, when they're in a brick and mortar building taking the SAT, there is no AI to help them. So there are pockets and islands in this country where it is exempt from AI, and test prep is one area. That's the reason I believe that focused test prep is of great importance.
Thank you, sir.
I don't know if I answered your question, Sushma.
Yeah, I don't think anybody has a crystal ball to predict how things will pan out. We just have to gear up towards,
Okay.
embracing how things come. But I still wanted to pose it anyhow. You allowed me, so thank you.
My pleasure. Any other questions?
Hey, Mr. Rao, this is Venkat here. Quick question.
So,
Does your package also include the PSAT package as well?
yes, we don't differentiate amongst SAT, ACT, and PSAT. We do not differentiate.
Perfect. Thank
To
you.
us, that's just branding. You tell me, sir, Venkat sir, come back to me with a question for English. It's a challenge to you. Come back to me with a question for English and math that you believe is exclusive to one of the tests and not the other. The only exception here is the science section for the ACT, which today is also optional. So as far as we are concerned, we do not differentiate. We are you can call it SAT prep or that's the reason we are calling it test prep. Ultimately, we are helping your children practice scholastic skills that are translatable across all three tests.
Perfect. Thank you.
My pleasure. Any other questions? I know, and unfortunately, I think because I locked the session, so many people have been sending me WhatsApp messages saying that session was closed. I feel bad for them, but okay. I already introduced my wife. She's she's on camera. Her name is Bhagyashree Rao. To the extent that you will sign up, most of you don't know about her, but she knows about all of you because she works the back office in our firm. She does all of the accounting. She does all of the invoices. So she can instantly place all of your names. But going forward, she will take an important role in both managing our tutor community as well as the WhatsApp communications between us and you. So what we will do is so that you will never be late in a response. So both Bhagyashree and I will be in the WhatsApp group with you and your child. So there will be four of us, and if you have your spouse join, that'll be even better. So it'll be four adults and your child in that WhatsApp group, so that we can always quickly communicate any updates or whatever. Things are working, things are not working. You can do that in that group. And Bhagyashree and I will also have an independent communication channel with our tutors one-on-one. So I just wanted to introduce you all to her. Say hi, Bhagyashree. Okay. So any other if there are no other questions, I'll let you get your Saturday back. There is a form that you have to fill out so that we can understand your requirements, your availability. Oh, by the way, by default, when you sign up with a 10-hour, let's say a 5-hour package, 10-hour package, by default, our engines are built to complete. But thank you very much, Dr. Sandesh, sir, Dr. Prabhu, sir. Appreciate your comment. Really, I do. So by default, what I was trying to say was that we will try to fulfill our engagement as early as possible. So if you sign up for a 5-hour session, depending on tutor availability, we will try to finish our engagement in 6 days or 7 days, depending on availability of both tutor, student, and in fact, peer learner also, right? But what I'm saying is our goal is to finish it as early as possible. That's the burst session part of this, right? So if your tests are somewhere in May or June, don't sign up for it now, right? But there might be but this is what I think. I don't know who was asking about this. There may also be, it may have been, I think, Sushma, but you may also want to kind of sign up for a package and request us to do it like once a week. This is not really for test prep per se. This is not really trying to attack the SAT or the ACT, but this is just trying to keep your children engaged in English, engaged in math. And thank you, Sushma. I know you're giving us a thumbs up, but you can definitely buy this 5 hour and 10 hour packages so that your children are kind of engaged. However, you have to tell me and Bhagyashree that we have to allocate tutors based on your request, which is now we have to kind of extend this, and we don't want to kind of quickly do it like as early as possible, right? Our default is as early as possible, but we have built in on our end tutor allocation tools where we can extend it to 2 months, 3 months, and so on. Madhu, please go ahead.
Yeah, my question is my daughter is planning to give the SAT in March, where College Board is giving for the 11th graders. So, for that, when is the best time to join this 5 hours crash course? I think it's something like a crash course, which is better 30 days before.
Madhu garu, when you say crash course, you're trying to. I mean, it sounds as though we are, lowering the brand value. It is not a crash course. Okay, we call it a burst effort. It's not really crash, because crash course is when your children don't know. Right here, we are going to work collaboratively with your child. So the answer to your question, Madhu sir, is whether you want. The answer is whether you want it in English or math. Whether you want it like for 10 weeks or for 5 weeks, if you want it drawn out.
Okay.
There are, as I said, work with us on the scheduling. So
Got it.
we will work with you exactly the way you want.
Okay, it is something like based on whether I'm interested in math or English, then I can select the appropriate plan.
Yes, we cannot mix and match.
I got it.
You can buy a 5 hour math package or a 5 hour English package, but please don't come to us buying a math package and midway saying, Mr. Rao, can you please change it over? Can you change the last 2 sessions over to English? We will not be able to honor that request. So the minimal package is 5 hours. Make sure that you complete that package in that subject area.
I got it. And before that, will you do any assessment on, like, suppose if I'm selecting math, uh, do we want us to share the scores of the math so that your team can assess the areas where she need to improve?
We don't want to look at your scores. I mean, if you have taken a self-assessment test on the Khan Academy, or if you have taken it elsewhere, Princeton Review or all that, no, we are going to do our own assessment.
Got it. Thank you.
And we request you please to not help the student. We request you to instruct the student, not to use Khanmigo or any AI tools to help. This is not for you to impress us. We are just intermediate people. You have to impress the College Board. So when we send you an assessment, please make sure that your student takes the assessment as though it is a regular test, and this way we will be able to find out where you're short.
Got it. I appreciate it.
And by the way, Madhugaru, this is a very important point. Just because our assessment says that you're weak in quadratic equations does not mean that your child has to accept, right? Your child can definitely challenge the tutor and say, no, that is not where I am weak at. This is where I need help, right?
I got it.
And I need help with imaginary numbers because that's where I'm failing. So that's what I'm saying. The collaborative effort works both ways. We are not perfect here. We will do the best assessment we can, but we request your student to instruct our tutors to tell them where your child needs help.
I got it. Thank you, sir.
My pleasure. Any other questions?
Raji, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Krishna Kumar sir. Go ahead, sir.
Oh, thank you. This is Anish Krishna Kumar's dad. My child, my second one is coming up. So I was very excited when you mentioned about this test prep because I was wanting something like this from you. So this is pretty exciting. She's in the 8th grade, so I probably am jumping the gun a little bit here. But you also mentioned there is like you keep the child engaged for PSAT kind of a package. Could you mention something more on those lines? Like she's in the 8th grade, she's going to go in the 9th grade. How would I keep her excited, engaged through what package?
Right. So that is that is not test prep, right? That is, call it an engagement package, so to speak. I still feel the 8th grade is too early, because we don't want to top out early, right?
Right.
So we can work with you. Call me offline, and we will try to work with you and see what we can do here. Because
Awesome.
maybe we can do once every 2 weeks, once every 3 weeks, just to keep her busy. Maybe we can challenge her with more material than she can handle. We can do all of those, and we can definitely work with you. We may want to have like a session with you, with her, so that I can understand exactly what she wants, and then accordingly, because I know my tutors well, I'll be able to assign you to the tutor that probably will best serve your needs. We'll work with you.
Appreciate it. To earlier point with the earlier person who did ask about compatibility between the tutor and the student, I just wanted to have a side comment on nothing in particular, but it did happen with my son Anish Krishna Kumar, where we did have a tutor for English. That didn't pan out great, and we had to then request another tutor. This is not through your, but it was a different institution. It's called Berkeley Academy out here in Cedar Park, Texas. And that made a world of difference for my son. His confidence level improved. I'm sure you have the best tutors under your wing there, but I just wanted to have that as a side note, saying
Absolutely.
that the
Absolutely.
student tutor.
Yeah, absolutely. When I said we will completely support a change in tutor. What we are not going to do is use a tutor, another tutor, only to sub for a tutor who didn't show up. So if you buy a 10-hour package and 3 hours down the road, you have to also give the tutor a chance, right? You cannot make a judgment after the first lesson, right? So give the tutor a chance, try to work with the tutor, give that person 2 to 3 hours, and at the end of 3 hours of sessions, if you do not believe the needle is being moved, please let me know, and we are here to assign your child to a different tutor. Right?
Thank you,
So,
thank you, Raji. Yeah, appreciate it.
And by the way, just so that we are all clear, a tutor-student relationship is like a handshake. So your student is only one hand. There's got to be another hand on the other side, right? So tutors may not be happy with your child also, right? So this has got to be a collaborative, and we have to work together. It's no different from a high school teacher-student relationship.
Agreed. Thank you.
My pleasure. Okay, so if there are no more questions, I'll let you have your Saturday back. It's been great talking to all of you. The next steps are already in the email that I sent you. So please do the needful on your end, and I'm so glad you all showed up today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.